It is Feral Friday with friends, and I am here with my bestie, Lady Speech Sankofa. And today, and maybe every week after, we don't know. We don't know. But we're going to talk about this week, what broke our brains this week. So tell us in the
There's a lot.
comments what broke your brain this week, and we will run through what broke ours. But I'm going to turn it over. Wait, let me do my little intro. Hi, I'm Desiree B. Stevens, and I pathologize the system of whiteness. Dink.
I didn't have my little intro. Hey, guys.
Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey, girl.
It's Lady Speech in the house. Good to see you all.
I love you.
Love you too, bestie. What broke our brains? It's really one thing that broke my brain, and I had to call some folks in and cuss about it. And it is the whole life coach Cheyenne Bryant situation.
Girl, you mean
That
Dr. Bryant,
piece-
girl. That's Doctor. That's Dr. Bryant.
Life coach Bryant pissed me off.
Girl.
Life coach Bryant pissed me off. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I believe in healing. I believe in liberation. Through kink, through spirituality, and I do not play about the mental health of anybody, but most especially Black people.
Come on now.
I don't play about that. Okay, and as someone who has contributed to the healing in our community from an unlicensed perspective, I'm here to say you can do that.
You
You
surely
can absolutely add to our community. You can absolutely be amazing. You can absolutely contribute to our upliftment without having to lie, without having to sacrifice, motherfuckers. I don't like it when people play with Black people's mental health, especially when it's Black people playing with Black people's mental health.
Right, because what exactly are you doing? And as somebody, I'm so many people. I've been doing this for years, and I've been doing one-to-ones, and I take notes. I treat every conversation. I even give, like, when you sign up for me, I even give you a HIPAA disclosure because I feel like I need you to know that I'm going to honor it in that sort of way, right? And I'm like, I'm not going to put doctor in front of my name because I don't want to mislead anybody. So even for me, when I was like educator, counselor, community builder, and I looked it up, I was like, can I say counselor? Right? Because, you need to be like a licensed professional counselor, like LPC. That's what those distinctions stand for. And in Georgia, it's not a protected title. You can use counselor if you are offering non-clinical life guidance. But I am also legally a pastoral counselor, right? I just don't run with that because, well, one, it has just a different connotation and there's too much, church hurt and yada, yada, yada. So I don't put that. But I'm like, no, I do counsel people. I do guide people. I also did get certified in life coaching. So I have that to back it up. I also did get the certification by the, Board of Mental Health in Georgia to be a certified peer specialist. Like there are things that you could do. I've also taken Gottman training. But if you don't pay for these things, also, she needs to be honest about certain things. I've taken IFS training, but if you do not take the whole gamut and pay for all of those things, I've done Harvard certificates, I've done neuroscience, all of these things. If you do not pay for that, you do not get it. And sometimes capitalism will 100% gatekeep, but then that is not up to you to turn around and dupe people. I probably could have had a fucking doctorate by now with all the education that I've taken. But you know what I haven't done? Paid to go through an entire program, written a dissertation, had it questioned by my peers, right? Had it challenged by my peers in academia. And I've had a lot of people like with my works, my frameworks and all of that, like, listen, I would love to get you published like in scholarly articles. And I'm like, I am open to that. And I still would not put doctor in front of it, especially when you are playing with people's minds and Black people's minds, because we already have a stigmatism culturally for seeking mental health. Right?
Yeah.
And services of that sort. And again, as somebody who is a staunch decolonizer, I agree with you, right? I align with there are medicine women, there are healers, there are guidance. There are people that have amazing lived experience. That's what the peer certified peer support specialist is based on. It is based on your life experience, your recovery of X, Y, and Z.
Mhm.
And it certifies you in that. And you have to go through all of these things. And even with that, you have to go through clinical notes. It's still underneath like the Board of
Mhm.
Mental Health. So you have to go through those practices and you do have to take CEUs yearly in order to keep it. All of
Mhm.
that to be said, I'm not putting fucking doctor in front of my name because I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
And people
Yeah.
are trusting you and you are lying. You are
Yeah.
a liar.
Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, this woman who goes by Cheyenne Bryant, who goes by Dr. Cheyenne, she has been known in our community for the last couple of years for giving, she presents herself or has presented herself as a therapist and expert in psychology. And she's being questioned, called to the paint and being questioned. No one can find her dissertation. No one can find any evidence of these things that she claims. Okay. She has recently, in the last couple of days, been providing piss poor explanations and not showing her hand when it comes to what's truth about the situation, what's true about the situation. One of the things that she exemplifies for me and what I encourage folks, no matter what type of healer or what type of healing you're seeking, you need to vet your folk.
Every
You need to
time.
vet your folk. I always say I don't trust a reader who does not go to readers. I don't trust a doctor who does not go to the doctor. I don't trust a therapist who does not go to a therapist. Okay, I don't trust that shit at all. I don't, and I'm going to ask, and I highly encourage my clients to ask me what I'm doing. And I also live in a way publicly where it is clear that I am doing my work and I am healing. This woman is offering the help that she herself needs.
Come on now.
You out here trying to heal a community and you haven't healed yourself because what is your attachment to the lying? What is your
And like,
attachment to the gaslighting? What
just
is
let
your
it
that's
go.
indicative of something deeper, baby. You need the help. You need the healing. You need that. And it's okay if you got medicine for the community, but I always tell any aspiring healer getting into this, your first client is yourself. Get yourself together first. Always get yourself together.
Get your
Always.
shit
And your
together.
client, your first client is always yourself. It is never nobody else. You
It
ain't
can't be
helping
anybody
nobody.
else. It cannot be anyone else. And acting like, and I get it, right? Like my first go round in college was psychology. I was on a psychology track. I wanted to be a therapist. I kind of always knew that I wanted to help people, right?
Mhm.
But then life comes along. I was a teen mom. I was a teen wife, and like I went that route. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was like, all right, well, we're gonna pause here. Took a couple of classes, clipped a couple things. Shit, I even took my GRE and asked them. I was like, here you go. I passed this. Can I just get my degree? I really wanted to just test out of my fucking degree. I'm
Mhm.
like, I don't have time to go to school, this, that, and the other thing. And then I too wound up in one of them funky ass colleges when I moved here to Atlanta, right? High for profit. They take anybody, yada, yada, yada. And then they go defunct. So I get it. I understand that aspect. I'm not even knocking her for that. But then it's
Mhm.
also why, like I told you the other day, you don't see me say Desiree B. Stevens like master of, accounting or,
Mhm.
MBA
Mhm.
because I'm not going to be able to produce certain things. Like,
Mhm.
like it's too much work. I'm not even concerned with it and whatever. So it's like when you sit down and you realize that. And when I was on the therapy track, I did not like what you need to be honest with is I did not want to be controlled by a licensure board. Right. Because here's what I
And there's nothing
learned.
wrong with having coming at it like that.
There's nothing wrong with that because what I learned is because that's what college does. It gives you a learning experience. When I learned as I was going deeper and going further, I was like, oh, wait, I can't tell people what to do. Right? Like therapists are there to like help you like figure it out for yourself.
Help you
And
unpack it. Yep.
I'm like, nope, I want to give you actionable advice to do actionable things. So I was like, nope, I'm gonna do the life coach joint. Right.
Mhm.
Because now I could turn around and tell you. And every time I ever had a session, I would turn around and be like, you get 6 weeks with me. Because if I can't help you in 6 weeks, you need a therapist. right? Because I could coach you, I can guide you, I can give you the frameworks. I do that here on Substack. Like here's your steps. To practice your praxis. Here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to try. Here's what I want you to say to yourself. That's a coach, friends. That's a counselor. That is not a fucking therapist. And I let people know because people have called me. I'm like, whoa, easy. I'm not a therapist, baby, because I'd lose my fucking license the way that I talk.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
would have none. I would have none. And the way that I operate would actually be unethical in therapy. It would be unethical underneath licensure. So it just wasn't the path for me, right?
Mhm.
And so I take other things like now I'm still doing the somatic training, right? Okay, well, I could do that. I could become certified in somatics and apply that to liberation work and let me learn about the nervous system. And it's amazing. And I'm probably going to use this school to go for my master's and become a somatic therapist. Who knows? Maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years. But it's all, and even then, I still may not sit for the boards.
Mhm.
I still may never, I may go get this master's and still never be able to say I'm a therapist because
Mhm.
I probably would never want to be licensed.
Mhm.
And that is an okay thing to say too. So I heard what she was saying, but like you said, you're gaslighting because you're literally saying, "Oh no, I'm not doing that because of this, and I can make more money." Bullshit. Okay, I can name 5 of my friends that are licensed and making plenty money
Yep.
in private practice
Yep.
in this economy.
Yep.
So it's like, don't fucking lie to people. You could just be honest.
Yep.
Somebody says, as someone who values transparency, this is fucking awesome. Exactly. I wanted
Mhm.
to be able to tell people what to do,
Mhm.
right? And as a
And you gotta
therapist, as a
and
licensed therapist, I wouldn't be able to be who I am. So I was like, yeah, I'm not about to do that. See, Natasha said that's exactly why I stopped my licensure. So I
yeah.
was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna do
And
coaching.
she would have probably been able to find so much solidarity if she would have come like this and stayed in this and not lied. She would have because like I heard what she was saying to that snippet in Joe when she was talking to Joe Budden about the freedom that she has.
I was just listening to that too.
Okay. Like, okay, you're right for that. But like, A, what you've done is damaged black therapists. You've damaged, the reputation of therapy. You've made other black people a lot more they're going to hesitate a lot more because of this. Like you didn't add to any and now you are distrusted. Now your medicine. And now I'm looking at her I'm like,
Mm,
now I'm sure you've done good medicine throughout the years, but now all your shit's about to be tossed out. I don't
that's
trust
all.
anything. I don't trust anything you have to say now. And
I don't
I
trust
have
anything because
encountered
you don't
some of
have
your
humility. How can you help me and you can't be human?
thank you.
How are you going to guide me through and you can't be like honest, right? I've
And you
always
can't admit your mistakes because even this, I would like, you actually still wouldn't lose people if she just was like, you know what?
you're right.
I gave myself doctor
And there's nothing
because
wrong
I
with
feel
that.
like I did the work. Like, no, am I a licensed doctor? No,
Nope.
she wouldn't have lost anybody. I
No.
walk into professional settings and people call me captain and pirate. Motherfucker, you can do what you want when you popping.
Listen,
You
it's
can do
that
what you
part.
want when you
You can
own
do
it.
what you want. My fucking pronouns on my Facebook for like the past 10 years has been she, her, goddess. Please believe me. Motherfuckers carry me accordingly. Like it's the lying, right? And then what further broke my brain was then like now the conversation is like I love this because Sun Michelle posted it was like black women hold Cam Newton or somebody accountable. Black men hold them accountable. And then it's like black women hold Cheyenne Bryant accountable. Oh, y'all just mad because she's pretty and making money. He's not wrong.
Mhm.
He's not wrong. Because now you're talking about pretty privilege and they are getting this shit fucked up. They're getting it fucked up. That's not like do people who are turning around and being like, oh, well, it's because she's pretty, she's getting attacked. Listen, that's not how pretty privilege works. And you literally sound like white people talking about fucking reverse racism. You know how pretty privilege works? She was able to call herself a doctor
For years. For years. And
for
nobody questioned that.
years. She was able to call herself a fucking doctor.
For
And y'all
years.
went for it because she's light skinned, she got soft hair, and she's pretty as fuck. We can't take
Yeah.
away that shit.
She's
You understand what
beautiful.
I'm saying? She's gorgeous,
Mhm.
breathtaking. Like you
Mhm.
see her and that fucking pretty ass top bun, girl. I'm like, I need to practice my top bun because my shit is not hitting like that. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And then you have somebody who I deeply respect, Dr. Raquel Martin, right? Shorty, literally, I said yesterday, she got like 15 degrees. She's like, this,
Literally.
this, PhD, doctorate, master's, BA, all these certificates underneath that. And I sat on a panel with Dr. Martin for the Parenting Decolonized. Like, we work as colleagues, still not calling myself a doctor. And she would never get away with that. And we have got to be fucking honest about pretty privilege. Pretty privilege is not you trying to explain it as if it harms somebody, and not saying that there's not a darkness to it, right? Like people don't take pretty people pretty seriously. There's a lot of things to it, but pretty privilege is the benefit of walking through a world that demands you to look a certain way in order to access basics. Okay? Because if we found out that Dr. Raquel was not fucking licensed, her black ass would be having a problem. Okay?
Yeah.
Y'all be trying to tote her black ass because she's an
Yep.
unambiguously black woman. You guys would be trying to sue the fuck out of her.
And
You
the
would
way
be
she would have been dragged across
dragged
the
across the
internet.
internet.
The
Dragged.
way she would have been dragged. It's interesting. Pretty privilege is the fact that Dr. Life Coach Cheyenne Bryant is only getting dragged for the degrees. She's only getting dragged for this. She is not getting dragged there. No one's calling her ugly. No one's calling her bald head. No one's calling her. I guarantee if this was a darker skinned black woman, the looks, we would have, your dark monkey ass,
Your
your
black
black
bitch.
ass, your black bitch. No, they would have dragged that
her
woman for
loose.
everything and the lack of degrees. They would be dragging her for everything and the lack of degrees. Her pretty privilege is that it gets her the fact that we're staying on topic. Her
Yeah.
pretty privilege is like, even in the dragging, they're staying on topic with her.
Exactly. So that fucking broke my brain because I'm like, as somebody who absolutely walks through this world with pretty privilege, listen, I know what the fuck I look like. I've looked like this my whole entire fucking life. And it's like that Chris Rock joke from back in the days. Everybody loves a fucking pretty Puerto Rican for big titties. And I just kind of fit somewhere in that as somebody who is uh unambiguously ethnic. Because obviously I'm black. I'm not, you cannot be unambiguous. You cannot be ambiguous racially, but I am definitely ambiguous ethnically, right? The right fucking time of day, year, blow dry this hair. I could be a whole lot of different ethnicities. I'm always going to be black in each and every single one of them. But knowing that, you have got to be more diligent, right? I consistently talk about how unambiguously black women, such as yourself, you understand what I'm saying? Are not going to, like, half the time y'all listen to me more because of that. Very specifically, white women, definitely men. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a proximity. And when you are lighter and less black, and I mean, Lupita is the fucking blueprint of blackness, okay? That is the original black. When you are less black, that means you have a closer proximity to white. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, somebody said, look how they do Jasmine Crockett. Exactly. She can't get away with nothing. You can't do shit in this fucking country when you are unambiguously black.
Yeah. And I feel like, and it comes down to even like weight stuff. Like,
agree with her.
I know that, like, when I talk about fat issues, I'm going to be listened to because I'm a fucking mid-sized fat. I'm a size 18. I can
But you
still go
sexy.
in. It's hard for me to go into it can be hard sometimes for me to go into the store and find something. Yeah, but I can still walk into a straight size store and usually walk out with something. I can make it work in there. So I'm going to be listened to. And like, I stand in that. I speak what I'm supposed to. When I'm in a room with bitches who are bigger than me, take the flow, take the lead. You going through much more pressure, honey. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Like, I'm not, if you can obviously have a hard time going in the store, you get more fat phobia than me, I'm gonna let you take the space. And when it's me, when it's my turn to blaze through, when I have the privilege of being listened to, when I can walk into a group of skinny bitches and they can listen to me about fat phobia shit, I'm gonna use that.
Yeah, and you should.
I'm gonna use the fuck out of that. I'm gonna use the fuck out of that privilege to get in where I fit in, where I don't fit in, but where I fit in better than other hoes, and make the work happen.
It's just that simple. It is just that fucking simple. Natasha says it's knowing your lane. Simple as that. Exactly. You have never, in all the years that I've been on the fucking internet, once somebody left me a goddamn thesis for a comment on here, and I was like, I'm gonna read this shit because I clicked on their profile and they were Black, and I was like, all right, I'll listen. And they wrote that shit, and I was like, one question could have fixed this nonsense. You could have asked me, am I talking to Black people or am I talking to white people? I am never talking to Black people. I am, it is so fucking rare that I am saying anything to Black people because my lane is not that. Right? I understand, like, I understand growing up white. I understand becoming white, having an immigrant, like a white immigrant family. I understand that whole process. I know my whole background. I know where I'm from, as far as my matrilineal line and being Irish and becoming American and becoming white and that whole entire process. If I am speaking on these motherfucking interwebs, I'm talking to white people. Because I was a white woman in America. And I recognize that my level of Blackness for them makes them still feel like they're listening to Black women, but they also feel the comfortability of she understands me, which is fair because it goes right back to your fucking point on vet your healers. Do you align, right? So it's easier to listen to me because I come with a different level of compassion because for me, white people are my folks. They're just as much my folks as Black people. White people have never been my opposition because that's not my reality. White people read me bedtime stories, did my hair, kissed my boo-boos. I don't have the feeling, the very fucking accurate and valid feeling that unambiguously Black people have towards white people because they were never my opposition. They were my family. So I could come into this realm of the way I do this work in a different way, offer a different perspective. I'm not saying better, hear that. I'm saying a different perspective and a different way to do this work that will resonate with those that want to do this work in the way that I do. And that is absolutely fine. And in order to do that, I don't got to motherfucking gaslight nobody. I don't have to lie. And I can stay in my fucking lane.
But this comes back to knowing developing yourself as a person. And then you can't really find your lane. You can't really create your lane until you develop yourself as a person and until you have that as self-development as a part of your life on it's a program always running in the back of your shit. I believe that Dr. Life Coach.
Girl, I'm calling that girl Cheyenne. Her mama name is Cheyenne. I'm going to call her Cheyenne.
Cheyenne from Cheyenne. This whole thing, I'm like, you didn't develop yourself. You didn't develop your gifts. You didn't really look at the community and look at how you can contribute to the community. And also, you don't see yourself as a part of the community. So you don't see yourself responsible to the community for your shit. You don't see yourself. So this bitch is playing Captain Save-A-Ho in our community, and I don't like that. You just as fucking broken. You just as fucking broken. I am super clear that I got into healing because I was broke as fuck. I am super clear that I got into healing because I needed it and I focused in on that. Then I discovered I was good at it. Then I discovered that people also did it around me. And then I too, when going into college and looking at school, was like, I'd make a good therapist. And when I did my research, I was like, fuck no.
I would be a terrible therapist.
I would be a terrible therapist. That's not what I want to do. But then I landed on, you are a healer. And my ancestors said, hey, there are so many ways that you can do that. Look at your history. And then I figured it the fuck out. And I do it my way. I do it my way and I utilize all my shit. And I've created my lane and my lane sustains me. And the great thing about this is because I've done this.
Yes, it is.
Then I get to connect with other healers in my community like Lego pieces. Then I don't have to worry about doing everything. All me and my community, we fit together. We all fit together. I got a homegirl. She Mexican as fuck. She my favorite person to do exorcisms with. We literally lock in. We can kick a fucking spirit out and we literally turn into gang members. She's fucking Chicana as fuck. We're pulling out guns and busting on these fucking spirit holes. The last exorcism we do, we started cussing at one point. We looked at each other. I was like, fuck this bitch. And we fucking went left.
Yeah.
Okay? And fucking did like you can do this. But again, it goes back to self-development. You ain't developed as a person. You
You're
ain't
not
developed as an individual.
at
You can't
all.
find a lane. You can't create a lane until you know who you are,
And
until
you're
you
not willing to
develop
do
it.
your fucking shadow work. I'll fucking never forget when Jason, but I love Jason. You met Jason, my brother
Mm-hmm.
Jason. When this motherfucker told me I was a white woman in America, I was like, bite your fucking blasphemous tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? How dare you? One, not even on the offense of being black, because that's an obvious, right?
Mm-hmm.
But on the violence of Irish people becoming white, it was always offensive, right? Like that was never
Mm-hmm.
something that you could. My folks didn't go for that shit either. Like, nah,
Mm-hmm.
we're Irish, right? Like, hold on to that as long as you possibly can, and that comes from the long history and the current active history of the colonization of Ireland from
Mm-hmm.
Britain.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, to say you're Irish, right, is absolutely a slap in the face of Britain. It speaks to the resilience of your people, all of those things, right? Now, me navigating blackness in that space, again, knowing your lane, was like black folks, unambiguously, monoracially black folks were like, bitch, like being black ain't good enough. And I'm like, no, 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 no. Has nothing to do with that, right? Like, also, I feel the same way about saying I'm black, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it should tell you a story. That's another thing we could talk about, gatekeeping blackness. I think that black represents black Americans, Africans from the diaspora that were here, because this is a very distinct story. Unlike others throughout the diaspora that definitely deal with colorism, the Dominicans are Dominican, the Puerto Ricans are Puerto Ricans, the Brazilians are Brazilians. Like, you know who the fuck they are. Whether they speak their colonizers' language or whatever, you know their food, you know their dance, you know their cultural practices. But all of a sudden, niggas get amnesia when it comes to black
Mm-hmm.
in America.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we are not the fucking culture. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, both of those things, to say
Mm-hmm.
both of them is a language of resistance for me. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not me resisting being black. No, it's me saying both. And like,
Mm-hmm.
I come from two fucking very strong ass lines.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first heard, he was like, "Oh no, you're white." I was like, "Nah, you're gonna have to break that down." And he like broke down my level of. We were having like we had an A&R thing called Noble City back in the day for like the open mics and slam poetry here in Atlanta. Loved fucking poetry. I do like the term, but I don't like the foundational Black Americans is the whole fucking topic. The FBAs are American hoteps. I can't get I like the terminology because
Yeah.
yes, we are, but their pedagogy is homophobic, transphobic. They're fucking black conservatives. They're black right-wing conservatives as far as I'm concerned. So it's not really, it's not, it's a no for me, dog. It's a no for me.
Mm-hmm.
But anywho, going through all of that, and like we were putting flyers out, like handing them out in little 5 points. And creative loafing used to be there, like in the little boxes where you can get them. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, let's just open this and put the flyers in. And he was like, no.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, why? And these were like the little simple things. He's like, I'm not opening up shit and putting nothing in nothing. I feel like that could be possibly illegal. And I was like, oh, well, I guess we'll find out. Like, there's no way to know. And he was like, he realized I really had no idea, right? And then as I started learning and unpacking, I have absolutely been the girl that's getting drunk, pissing in front of a club. I hung out at cop bars. I was absolutely a white woman in America, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I believed in the immigrant story of like, and I'm like, slavery ended 300. Oh, I was a terrible Republican at 18.
Mm-hmm.
Awful, awful. Sociology class. And I was in there like, oh, God, I cringe when I think of it, right? Because it's like, fuck, you really just don't know what you don't fucking know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was like, oh, okay, fine. And that set me on my own path. So it's
Mm-hmm.
crazy to me because I was 28. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even start doing this work until maybe 7 years after that. And it was still on the low key tip, right? Like it was in my neighborhood, right back to that
Mm-hmm.
community shit. It was like a community group because I started Makeshift Happen, Social Matters 10 years ago, 10 now,
Mm-hmm.
almost 11 now. And so it started with our local community group. And I was like, hey, we need to unpack some things because I'm sure you don't even realize this, but let me just give you it's this what, what. So boom, I'm doing that. And then all of a sudden TikTok comes and I become TikTok famous and Facebook famous and all this other shit. And I meet awesome people like yourself. But it goes back to what you're saying about like, if you don't know who the fuck you are, you can't be out here. It's why, like, when white women be talking, like this, I'm like, you're not actually, you're regurgitating what Black women have taught you. This is not your lived experience. You need to talk from your lived experience. The healing journey is yours and yours alone. Yours
Mhm.
and between you and your community. You
Mhm.
cannot be more fucking upset about racism than we are. That's
Mhm.
insane. What you're
Mhm.
really upset about is that you really didn't know that it existed. You really participated in these systems. You really have been fucking racist. You really have been fucking anti Black. Because I had to unpack my own homophobia, anti Blackness, all of the shit that sometimes I didn't even realize. And sometimes just showing up in a space looking the way I look and talking the way I talk is fucking anti-Black. And if you
Mhm.
are not willing to fucking look at that shit, you can't help nobody do anything else. So her continuing on this fucking tirade of like stop gaslighting us, bitch. You are not a doctor. Like,
You're not.
you're not a doctor. You're not a doctor, and that's fine. We're not even demanding that you be a doctor because Black people have been self healing in our communities because we have been motherfucking systemically and systematically excised out of it. Midwifery became a white man's sport because they did not want Black women birthing no babies no more once enslavement was over. If we were good enough to do it then,
And you know when them babies started dying in this country?
when white men took that shit over.
Cause
Okay?
I was black, indigenous, and then poor Jewish ass women. That's who was running shit.
Correct.
It was black. That if your baby was getting delivered by an indigenous person, a black person, a black woman, a Jewish woman, or
Or
a fucking immigrant.
and was being educated and raised by.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, oh, they're gonna free these niggas? Okay, watch us gatekeep and put some let's keep putting barriers. Like whiteness consistently puts barriers towards things. So we're not demanding you have a I have not had one fucking person come to me and demand education. Nobody has ever demanded credentials from me because I'm not out here lying to people. I'm not out here lying to people. And like you said, if you are doing the work and you are like, hey man, I'm gonna show you how I did it for me. And I could do that too. That's coaching. That's
Yeah.
counseling. That's guidance. Okay. That's not therapy, right? Like, even for me, I always added somatics into my work. If you go back years, I'm like, take a breath. What do you feel in your
Mhm.
body? And I did not
Mhm.
even know what the fuck somatic therapy was. It was just what was in me. It is
Mhm.
what was ancestrally true to me. And I have a friend who is actually an amazing therapist, Nicole Rubin, who's a somatic therapist, who is like, friend, I would love to see you. She is the one who put me onto IFS. She's like, I don't even think that you need to do this because you do this naturally, but I think that it would enhance your practice, right? Like, I think
Mhm.
it would enhance the way you do the work to understand, because that's what it is. It's like the difference of it is like now me taking these courses, these classes, in the somatics. Right. I'm learning how the brain works, how the body. It's a different level of learning, and we are not going to take away from that. And I do not believe in gatekeeping through education, but we're also not going to play that somatic work is just breathing.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about nervous system regulation. And I'm like, if you just stay calm, we're not going to love and like that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You got to really know what's happening, what's going on with people's bodies. And that is the intent of a licensure
Yeah.
when you're claiming to be a fucking doctor. And if not, just be a coach.
Yeah. And and for me in the end too, what I am thinking about is like flash forward. You're not well, honey. And I know she's getting her 15 minutes. She's milking off of this. There are gonna be plenty of people who keep fucking with her, but like you are going to continue to not be well. There is obviously something fucking wrong with you. There
Right.
is obviously, and you not addressing it, you doubling down, you are gaslighting yourself as well as you're gaslighting me. You're gaslighting the fuck out of yourself and you're keeping yourself from the healing that could happen. You're keeping yourself from the issues that you obviously need to get up under. Like, in the end, you're also losing out, Cheyenne. Like, you're also not doing your healing work. You're also not getting done what you need to get done. Like, go and heal yourself. Go sit the fuck down and heal yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be someone who wants to heal and you lying to people like this. You can't
No.
be someone who wants to heal and you gaslight motherfuckers like this. And the great thing is, like I said,
Hold
is
on.
like,
Fuck the gaslighting. Then here's what you're bringing in. God. How do I fall out of this and get my fat ass back up? Girl, I can't. It was leg day. My ass hurts, Jesus. Bitch turned around and said, I don't need to answer to nobody because God, bitch, then become a
God'll
pastoral
beat your
counselor.
ass.
Don't
Your
you
God
dare, because
needs
God
to beat
himself
your ass.
says, healer, heal thyself.
So no, you're not obedient to God.
No.
No, you're not obedient to God. You're not
You're a
obedient
lying
to
heretic.
God when you're lying. You're not obedient to God when you're fucking lying. Like, I don't like how, and it's so interesting. I didn't know the bitch was a Christian until now, and I'm like, the fact that you lit in on this when you got caught. That's what I also
I
don't
hate
like.
that shit.
I don't like that shit because y'all know I fuck with magic from when it's good and when it's bad. I
Right.
don't just come out doing spell work when I need some money. I don't come out doing spell work when shit is hard. Y'all know that I do this. Y'all know that I do this. My ancestors walked before me. So how dare you use your fucking religion? We're not even in the same religion, but I'm offended for fellow Christians who really walk their fucking path.
I'm offended as a Christian.
Like, girl,
And
like,
not
what
like
the
in the
fuck are
weird
you
Christian that's
doing?
happening now. I'm just saying, like,
Like,
ultimately, I'm never going to probably get rid of that moniker, right? Like, I think I call myself a Christian witch or whatever, and I don't go to church or anything like that. I'm definitely a defunct, unfit Christian. Shout out to Danny Thomas. But yeah, no, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. And then again, for me, when you start bringing God in there, it's a deflection, right? Because how dare anyone question the infallible word of God? Right? So like this, it gives you this removal from accountability because we do live in a Christian nation. And again, it goes right back to playing with Black people. You're playing with Black people's mental health. You're playing with their faith. And how many pastors and stuff have fucked us over in the Black church when you are talking about, God and all of this and other thing. You are literally, oh, I don't need to answer. No, bitch, you do need to answer to us.
You do
No,
need to answer.
you 100% need to answer to us. I don't know, like you and God. As a matter said, we talking. If
I
we
want to talk to
talking
the
about
God
it,
that approved you lying, bitch.
right? I need to
I
talk to
want to
God
talk to
about
your
it.
God that approves you lying.
God got some fucking answers for me too. God, I'm gonna need to talk to you and God. Cause when is he gonna? Why is he ordaining you?
For real.
Fuck is on his mind. What he's thinking about?
For real.
Me and God want to know. Like, who
For
the fuck
real.
gonna do that?
Like, don't, and also, like, for me, if you supposed to be a psychologist, don't bring God into this conversation, honey. Don't bring God into this conversation. You a therapist. Keep it. That's you. Don't
Keep it
bring
clinical,
God into the
bitch.
fucking conversation. Don't. Because was God there when you was lying?
Keep it clinical. If you are a doctor, because like there's like you can speak how you want, but then like even the questioning, you're not even answering it. And again, this is not me trying to like y'all know how I talk. And I promise you, even if I had a fucking PhD, y'all probably wouldn't know it. So I can continue to talk this way. But like you're not able to you didn't have a fucking dissertation, bitch, because you can't defend yourself right now.
That's how we know.
I know you're
have
not a
several
doctor
friends
because
who
you
got their master's degree and their PhD. You got to defend that shit. It's a street fight. It's
Let's go.
academic motherfucking jumping.
Let's go.
You're getting jumped and you
Let's
better have
go.
hands.
Let's go.
Like,
Because when I first came out and I said pathologized whiteness, people were like, boof. And I was like, oh no, I got a dissertation for your ass. Let's go. Like, I will fucking defend this motherfucker to the death of me. Whiteness is a system. It goes beyond the skin color. I could show you. I fucking created a whole goddamn framework and an XY fucking access line. I'm like, here you go. Here's where whiteness exists. Here's the hierarchy. It's classism. Here's this access. This is racism. And your proximity to whiteness hits at this 90-degree fucking angle. And this is where I sit because I'm a mixed person. So mixed people sit at that 90-degree angle because here's the truth of the matter. Usually before bowlers and shit like that, if these two people intermingled, it happened because of poverty and proximity. Bitch, I could defend my shit. I could write a dissertation today.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
can't even defend. Matter of fact, let me start writing that dissertation. You can't even defend your position of lying about being a doctor. I do not fucking believe that you actually have a dissertation because
Because
you would
there's
be called
also
to the
like,
max.
thank you. Because there is literally plenty of research that you could have been pulling from that will prove the benefits of what the fuck you're doing without a license. You ain't pulled from none of those things. You've pulled from no cultural practices. You've
None.
pulled from nothing.
No.
You pulled from nothing. Like you couldn't have you couldn't even stand on that. So no, I don't believe you. And you're
She
not
pulled from her
serious
pretty
about
privilege.
this.
She pulled from being thin, light skin, soft hair, and pretty. She's pretty as fuck. And you know what? You could do anything when you're pretty.
Mhm.
Let me tell you something.
Mhm.
There has been nothing in my life
Mhm.
that I have not gotten away with. You could say anything, you could do anything. There is very few people that you will not be able to sway.
And you know what?
You won't be questioned.
This is such an interesting
I had to
conversation
turn off
for
that heat,
me.
girl. I was hot as hell.
I feel you. This is the pretty privilege conversation is such an interesting conversation for me because as late coming to it diagnosed autistic, and then also due to the nature of my abuse, I did not register. I didn't I wasn't coming at myself like I was super ugly. I did have a small period of time with that. But also my beauty became neutral and it became personal. So like became something outside of me. It was neutral and I never considered anybody. Inside, I developed my own standards and like even I'm pierced because of my standards. I watched a lot of National Geographic, all that shit. I always identified with black and indigenous people and their forms of beauty. And this is what I wanted to articulate. It took me actually until I moved to Georgia to understand and like pretty privileged from the outside in that like and understand that I've had this for a very long
Oh,
time and
that's
I
you cute
don't
as
like
hell,
being
girl.
autistic. I don't fucking care. Like being autistic, I literally was like, I don't care. But it was within 6 months of being in the South, I was like, oh, this is wild. This is wild because like we've talked like I'm Caribbean black. I
This bitch is
register at a
Cuban.
different type of
She's
blackness.
never gonna convince me. Listen, I come from the American blacks, okay? I know what an American Negro looks like. This bitch is a Cuban.
If I ever find the lone Cuban ancestor, that nigga gonna be like, yeah, I was telling her.
I know a Cuban. I'm gonna go buy your goddamn cigar and the hoop test. I'm telling you, like I know a fucking Cuban. Like, Natasha says I concur. That's not right. I could show you a lineage of American Negroes. We were just talking about that. Nina Simone is an American Negro. My family looks like Nina Simone, right? So for me, my beauty, like I didn't grow up with those standards. I see somebody else in the comments like white mom, black dad, and black mom, white dad is completely different. And yes, it is. It absolutely is. Because your culture is passed along by your mother. Like, period. Where I was deeply grounded in my ethnic identity is my mother was Irish and she's only but first generation American. So this is like I grew up hearing Irish in my home. I grew up hearing an Irish accent like through my grandmother. So I had a very Irish American upbringing. And I only now clarify American because I would have said my whole life I had an Irish upbringing. But proper Irish, like from the homeland, have like corrected me on TikTok. They were like, "No, you had an Irish American upbringing," and fair because that I'm not from there, but like very much Thai. My grandparents are the first ones to emigrate over to here. Yada yada yada. So I had a very Irish American. If you are a white American, you have zero culture to pass on to your black child, and that is the fucking problem. Is because you guys want to be ingratiated in community so goddamn bad, and that was another thing. Like I was talking about earlier today, is like your children, that man's cop, or your friends do not give you access to conversations on black people, like to make jokes with black people, none of that shit. Like you fuck the black guy. So have I. I don't know what to tell you. But all of that to say is that like I didn't grow up with that.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm the lightest in my father's family and the darkest in my mama's. So I, like you, had to define my own beauty.
Yeah.
Because I did not look like it. Now, I mean, I look back and I can show you pictures of my grandmother, and I do look like my grandmother. I look like my mother. I look like my father. I look like my people. But because you live your world, you don't live looking. You're not looking in a mirror all the time. You're looking out. My world was white. I didn't look like these people.
Yeah.
I didn't look like these people, and my mother didn't use me as a fucking prized possession. Like, I was not like, oh, look at this cute little curly hair. Everybody did my hair. I got Blue Magic hair grease. My mama parted my shit, scratched my scalp, oiled my scalp. My aunts did too. Okay, I had the pigtails with the yarns, and my mother didn't pass me around like a fucking toy or like these white women do on YouTube. Like, look at me doing my kid's hair, bitch. We all do our kids' hair.
You supposed to do your kid's hair as your kid.
Your fucking child. Like, what the fuck? You want a fucking cookie? Oh no. You want to exploit black bodies so you can make money. You're supposed to do your kid's hair. I don't give a fuck. That shit is not special to me. So all of that, I had to define my own beauty, and then the Puerto Ricans found me. And they were like, come home, mommy. Bang, baka. And I was like, Weba!
You know,
And
it wasn't until you called me Cuban to my face that because I would
you
always
said to my
tell
face.
I would joke with my friends. It's been a joke for years. I was like, yeah, I'm Puerto Rican by ejaculation according to my 20s. Like, I would always say that shit. And it didn't occur to me until you said that. I was like, oh, these motherfuckers probably thought I was Puerto Rican or
No,
Cuban.
that
Or,
ass. At least
I was like, that's
Dominican.
probably why I got that all the time. And it's never been hard for me to pull a Puerto Rican or a Cuban.
No.
Never considered they thought I was them. They
You
thought we were
definitely was
family.
Afro Latina. I mean, like, it was hard for me. Listen, I used to get into fist fights, physical fist fights. I'm from the South Bronx. There are more Puerto Ricans per capita in the Bronx than there are in Puerto Rico. So when I would turn around and people would be like, oh, you're Puerto Rican, I'm like, nah, I'm Irish and black. That's like been my answer my whole fucking life. I'm like, no, I'm Irish and black. Or unfortunately, I did use the fucking mulatto moniker because during the 70s and 80s, that's what mixed kids were called, mulattoes. And I was like, no, I'm mulatto, I'm Irish and black. So I always had to go. I would get into fist fights because Puerto Ricans would think that I was an unproud Puerto Rican, right?
Yes.
And I was like, okay, I never learned. I know enough Spanish to survive. And because of the way I look, they'll just assume it. And so I can go to Latin countries and get treated very, very well. Like with a Puerto Rican neighborhood or this, that, and other thing. Because even actual Puerto Ricans and Dominicans do not always speak Spanish. So I'm going to get treated like a Puerto Rican wherever the fuck I go in the right place. But that's how race and ambiguity shifts. Because here in the South, first of all, they didn't know what a Puerto Rican was. Okay? I was a Mexican when I moved here. And I'm like, do you know what the fuck? You ain't seen a Mexican? I'm like, they look very indigenous. The Mexicans that are here look Aztecan. They look fucking indigenous. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But you add to the fact that my first husband was Puerto Rican. And my last name was Mercado.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to fight. All your life you had to fight.
Oh, my goddamn life. I was like that girl on Roots. I's black. I swear I's black. My dad is black. Like, I's black. God damn it, I's black.
And the Puerto Ricans like, you a lie. You are
Tú eres un
Boricua right?
Fucking not Puerto Rican. And then, like I said, I was married for fucking, I don't know, 10, 11 years. I rocked that name. I had my married name longer than I had my maiden name. So I was Desiree Mercado. And I was like, I'm never going to get away from fucking being a Puerto Rican. Like, it's just, apparently I'm a fucking Puerto Rican. So I'm like, and then I'm like celebrating Puerto Rican pride and all that shit because I'm proud. My daughter's Puerto Rican. My friends are Puerto Rican. I'm in the Bronx, and it's just crazy. So like all of that. I don't even know how the fuck we got here. Welcome to Feral Fridays. But
Yeah, Feral
oh,
Friday with
the pretty
Circumstance.
privilege. The pretty privilege is that look. And then we also know, like being on a serious note, we know that there's not a look to an ethnic identity. Well, there is a look to ethnicity. There is no look for race.
Yeah.
But all of that to be said is that you know when you are pretty inside of a white supremacist society.
Yeah.
Right? We are not fucking stupid. We know that the most highest coveted look of a white body person is that blonde, blue-eyed, thin, buxom,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's an Aryan. It's not European because Europeans don't look like that. Europeans don't look like that. Europeans don't look like that. That is an Aryan view of beauty of that pure race.
Yeah.
All of those recessive genes maximized. Because, bitch, if you are a platinum blonde with blue eyes, you're damn near blonde. I mean, blind.
And you're not going to survive, and you've got a couple of environments that you can be in.
Those are recessive fucking genes. So,
You got
okay.
a couple of environments.
So for me, when people used to think I was pretty, because I'm like, so you're praising my recessive genes? Like, I fucking burned. Did you see me at Jasmine's wedding? I was like, the white people are melting. Like, bitch, I'm going inside. I did not put enough SPF in this motherfucker. Don't let this melanin fool you. I am 53% Irish. And that
Irish
shit
folks
is
be like,
coming
we
through.
here. The Irish and you be like, we here. Get a hat. Get a
And
hat.
I am burning. The skin is going to be peeling for the next 2 weeks. I'm not. So my whatever is considered pretty, right? Like, because now you're going back to those scales, is the closest you are to white, right? So I'm only pretty because you think I'm not black. That's the truth. So I don't fucking find that shit to be cute. All right. And like, when people want to even date me, I question if they're color struck. You talk too much about my hair. You talk too much about my skin. I'm not fucking with you because you're color struck. You're color struck. You don't know shit about me, and I'm militantly black. You're gonna be real mad thinking you got yourself one of them fucking black girls that think that they cute because they got some recessive genes. Bitch, I'm cute. If I were blue black, like, these are recessive genes. Okay, that's it. When you're talking about looks, you're talking about recessive genes, and utilizing that pretty privilege is absolutely wild to dupe an entire fucking community, your own community. But it goes right back to what you were saying is like, you don't feel like you're a part of the community. Like, you don't give a fuck about black people because, first of all, white people are my metric for nothing. Unless we are talking about passing along diseases, there's no other metric I could use. Like, because between, like, we're watching this shit with COVID, hantavirus. I'm like, this how these niggas pass the playground. Look at this shit.
No, for real.
Look at this shit. Look at these niggas is still passing out top tier. If we're talking white people metrics, it's disease passing. I don't know what the fuck else to tell you. Other than that, I'm not using white people as my metric. So if you're gonna turn around and like then you have no responsibility to your black folks. Cause like, damn bitch, fuck what they think. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, sis. Can you just talk to me and be like, look, hey, it's cool that you're not a doctor, but I need you to say that. I need you to take accountability. I need you to now begin the repair work with us because people haven't trusted you. Like, I always tell people, thank you for trusting me.
Yeah.
Because to sit down and people turn around and take their hard-earned money in capitalism, book a session with me, and share some of the most traumatic shit of their lives, and trust me to hold that, see them, help them transmute it.
Yeah.
Bitch, I don't need a lie. I don't need a lie because that's just harmful. That's fucking violent. Somebody said it's Desiree Deacon. There we go. Look, I'm making it up. Yes. That's how that works. Deacon Des, baby. Deacon Des. It's wild shit. Let me see. Hold on. Lupita has the DNA of the oldest maternal line. She's a blood descendant of Lucy, the old. Listen, when I before I even knew that truth, let me tell you something. Ancestral truth can never lie. And if you are
Mhm.
deeply connected to your roots and whatever it is you're doing, whatever those roots are, because I always remind you, you are indigenous to somewhere. Black
Mhm.
folks and in the indigenous of Turtle Island do not have a fucking lock on that. If you are
Mhm.
white bodied, you're indigenous to somewhere. Like I
Mhm.
said, my folks are from Ireland. If somebody were to turn around and say, we rounding everybody up to go to the motherland, I'm not going to Nigeria, nigga.
Mhm.
I'm out. I'm going to
Mhm.
Sligo. Okay,
Mhm.
that's where my folks is from. You are what your mother is.
Mhm.
When I seen Lupita, I was like, this bitch gotta be the blueprint.
Yeah.
She's got to be the blueprint. Like,
Yeah.
this is the most unadulterated blackness
Mhm.
I have ever bore witness to in my life. And I grew
Mhm.
up with Guyanese people, New York as an immigrant. I've
Mhm.
seen the blackest of black people, but
Mhm.
Lupita looked like truth to me.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh no, this is the original man.
Mhm.
This is the original person right here. And then when those results came out, I was like, well, goddamn,
Of course, yeah. Like, of course you
that
are.
makes so much sense.
Like,
This makes
of
sense.
course you are. Yeah.
Right.
Of course you are. Yeah.
Hey.
Yes. Yes. Well, I do want to make mention of the fact that this has gone so good, but it's almost 2.
Oh, girl. I need a nap before I get those kids. Wait a minute. First of all, why are you not here today? Because you got to come take care of your kids. It's the weekend.
Okay, I'm coming.
Yeah,
I'm
get your
coming
ass
through.
over here because I need to take a nap.
I'm coming through to take care of babies.
And get your mean ass guy, baby. I'm sick of her shit. It's the end of school. They have been like, oh, and me too. Wrap it up. The fuck are we doing? I don't want to do nothing else. Wrap it up.
Yes. Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
And then graduation is next week.
Yeah.
Girl,
Mm,
wrap this shit up.
it's a
Wrap it
lot.
up. I don't
Okay.
even know why the fuck 6-year-olds are graduating. What the fuck did they accomplish? Like,
Yay, you kept yourself alive.
wrap it up, okay? Wrap it up. That's where I'm at with school. And then they have Monday to go. And I'm like, are you guys fucking kidding me right now? Are you fucking kidding me right now? We got to do this.
Uh-huh.
So Monday is the very final day of school, but we're doing a parent takeover for Monday. So I will be breaking out of our working day. Oh, you can come with me. We can go do parent takeover. So
Mhm.
I don't know. Wrap the shit up. Anyway, we love you guys.
Yeah.
We'll be
Feral
back on
Friday
Friday.
with
Do the
friends,
thing.
y'all. Well, where anything can go down and be discussed. So it's gonna be whatever, and we're gonna have a good time. That's all you need to know.
That's it. You just gotta trust and believe that this is
Mhm.
what we're gonna do. We love you back. We love you back. Okay, so we're gonna head out, but we do want you to go to ladyspeech.com. We want you
Mhm.
to go to DesireeBStevens.com.
Mhm.
Collectively, we have the Healing Homestead. This is the space that we're in. Our rent is $1,500 a month. I'm gonna keep it funky with you. Okay.
Mhm.
What we would like to do, I haven't even spoke to this to speech about this, but let me tell you what we already have going on. She has a membership. I have a membership. Mine ranges from free 15, 35, 75. Speeches is 75 and 120, I do believe. Anything that is on Speeches docket, you have access to, and whatever's on my docket, you have access to when you choose either one of us
Yes.
because we're doing this life together. However, this is my idea. We're also going to launch something else that may possibly lead to you getting a one-to-one. I don't know because we haven't discussed this, but this came to my mind today.
Mhm.
And it would only be 15 spots. We need 15 people willing to pledge $100 a month for the next year so we know that our rent is paid because we still have bills where we live. But
Mhm.
that membership, I could tell you for me, will give you not only access to the whole Healing Homestead community, I will give you 1 hour of my time,
Mhm.
which is in and of itself a discount because I don't charge.
Mhm.
I charge 150,
Mhm. Mhm.
and I'm not a doctor. All right,
Mhm.
that's it.
Check out the websites, y'all, and make sure you subscribe to everything. We love you so much, and we'll see you next Friday for some feralness and some friendship.
Ew. Oh no! Wait. Tell them about your sexy soiree kinky thing.
Oh, yes. If you're in the Atlanta area, May 22nd, there is a high protocol kink event. So you will need to go to the Black Queer Dom Society or the Black Queer Dom on Instagram, link in bio. You'll be able to look up and get some tickets. I am adding that flyer on with the link to my website later on this afternoon. So you can also click on there. So if you're in the Atlanta area, May and June, I am participating in some really beautiful Kink Fest in June, and then this high protocol event. So if you are in a high protocol kink, then this event, May 22nd, is going to be good for you. I did post that flyer on Substack, so when we get off of here, you can just go looking on my page and see that. And also, ladyspeech.com is where you keep up with all of that.
We're also going to add that to the calendar because me as well, right? Like, so if
Mm-hmm.
everybody's keeping up, if you could subscribe to our Healing Homestead calendar,
Mm-hmm.
it will be there. And it's
Mhm.
going to, that calendar tells you what's a members only event, what's a
Mhm.
donation only event, what is, a paid event. So this would
Mhm.
go underneath the calendar. So go to either one of our websites, like she said, and subscribe to that calendar, and you'll know the shit that's going on, whether it's at the homestead or elsewhere, because then it's like everybody knows what's going on.
Yes.
How did you miss this? I don't know how you missed this, Free. Do better. Do better, bitch. Do
We
better.
love you.
But there'll be a replay. I love you.
Yes, we love you, Free. Well, guys, we love you so much. Just know for now, we're going to be around the afternoons on Friday. We're going to solidify this, but we're growing this organically and we're having the best time with
We
y'all.
are.
So have such a good afternoon and we'll see you soon.
Bye. Love you too, Free.
Bye, Fanny.